right now, let me find our video and send you all a reminder that I am live right now making our, thank you. This is day number 4. So if you're new to the Christmas in July extravaganza, every year, this is my 5th year. My 5th year that I've done a Christmas in July collection. So the goal is at the end of the collection, you will have a piece of artwork. Yes, crafting is artwork. You will have a piece of artwork that all coincides with each other. So you can decorate your entire office, your entire room, your entire home, depending on where you're going to place things. We've got this beautiful teardrop swag for a front door or even to decorate an interior home. That was on day 1. By the way, we're on day 4. This was done on day 2. This gorgeous centerpiece that will look very nice next to in the same room, right? Yesterday we did our garland and it's too large to have up on the table. So tomorrow I'm hoping to get it landed on my mantle and get things a little more spread out on my mantle so that you can see all of that together. And so today is day number 4 and we're going to be turning this into a coordinating piece that will go along with this entire collection. Now in the past, I have done it. You can purchase the collection at the end of the 5 days. However, this one is going to be for local pickup only because of the beautiful lantern that we're going to be working with here. I don't want to ship this glass. If it were made out of plexiglass, I would definitely consider it because I've actually delivered one collection one year. Somebody in Peoria, Illinois bought it, and I live in near Decatur, Illinois, so I actually delivered it. It would, it cost me, depending on where you live, anywhere from, well, let's see, it's usually, we have to usually put it in 5 separate boxes. So you're talking about $25 per box just to ship it. So to drive up to Peoria, that was well worth my time. And I never get to go to Peoria, so I got to do a little shopping too while I was there. Karen, Arizona is in the house. Hey, Bonnie. Kim, Rhode Island. Girl, I didn't know. Jode, happy Friday Eve. Shipping is crazy anyway. Pam, I agree. I agree. If you've never done a lantern swag, you're in for a treat because they're not as complicated as you can imagine they are. Let me see. It says there was an error. Don't know where it's going, but I don't see any problems. Hello from Grove, Oklahoma. Hello. How are you? All right, come on in and say hey. Let me get on YouTube because we are also live on YouTube today. So hello over there in YouTube land. If you do not currently follow me on YouTube, be sure to hop over there on your break or whatever you want to call it. And I do, it's Festive Creations by Stephanie. Go figure. Everything's Festive Creations by Stephanie. Hello, Lori Chappell is over on YouTube. Hello, hello. So hop on over to YouTube. Oh, there's my mouse. I thought I left it there. All right, so first let's talk about this lantern. So this one measures, it is 10 inches in diameter. With the handle down, it's going to be about 17.5 inches tall, and it is about 10 inches wide. So 17 by 10 by, what did I say, 8? No, 10. So 10 inches this way, 10 inches around here, and 17 inches tall. It kind of gives you an idea of how big it is. It doesn't matter what size your lantern is. So this one is probably, let's see, flameless. Does it give me the dimensions? And as I mentioned yesterday, if you didn't catch me live yesterday or didn't watch the replay, now is a great time to look for those end of season lanterns. This is probably marketed as a summer lantern, but I can very easily make this a holiday lantern. This one's 12 inches tall. It doesn't matter what size your lantern is. What I'm going to show you today, you can use on any size lantern. And it's the method, the technique that we're going to use that I'm going to show you. So curl up with a sweet tea or whatever your beverage of choice is. It's in the afternoon, so I'm going to avoid saying the wine word yet. But hey, if it's midnight where you're at or dinner time, I don't care. No judging. Go grab a glass of wine. I'm good with that. No judging. Remember here to Texas to me and we'll go big shopping. Bonnie, look at you. Hey, Bonnie, if you buy it. Debbie, hello, hello. Sheila is at Southern Maryland. Yep. Terry from New Mexico. Roberta Hill, I know she's from Illinois. Shelbyville, Illinois. Hey, Donna. Thank you, Kim, for reminding me. I appreciate you. I appreciate you much. All right, let's get started. So we're going to kind of put him up front. This is definitely going to be using some more of our greenery. Let me show you. I got a picture. I had to take the swag that we did yesterday and take it to the shop so I could get a better picture of it. But there's the swag that we did yesterday. So it has some pine in it. It's got the blue poinsettias. It's got the gold. It's got ivory. So we have some different colors or different textures going in throughout it. So we're going to, again, this is a collection that will all coordinate with all 5 pieces when we're done. All 5 pieces will coordinate. So now, oh, I did have some more left. Yay me. I was hoping I did. Poinsettias. So for this, we're going to be using some more of our pine. And this we also used in our our centerpiece. This will be used on this piece. I brought some more of the white shimmer glitter, whatever they're called. Is that wrong? Look, I don't know the names of things like I used to. Heather's picking them. Hey, Beth. Rainy North Carolina, really? Dang. I hate to hear that. It's like low 80s here in Illinois. Quite a bit humid today, but not like Louisiana humid. And if you know the difference, you understand. Trust me. Beth and Kim, do you guys get a lot of humidity? This is called a glitter bay leaf. A glittered bay leaf in white. Yes, yes, yes. That's what that's called. Okay. Does it get humid up there in Rhode Island? Our, of course, navy blue poinsettias are also going to be used in this. And I also brought some of our gold balls. We also use those in our teardrop swag. So it's all going to come around. It's humid here today, wicked humid, Beth said. With it being that close to the water, I guess it would be humid. Oh no. Beth, Kim, have you guys ever been to Louisiana? And the heat. Texas is more of a dry heat to me, but Louisiana, North Carolina, Louisiana, those are the ones. It's like the stickiest, heaviest, humidest ever. And I've done a lot of travel, but I've never been to Rhode Island. I've been to Pennsylvania. I've been to New York once. Kim, you remember my New York story, right? All right. Wait a minute. I've got another one here. Yeah, different kind of humidity depending on where you're at. I've only been up and down the East Coast so far. Gotcha. Girl, go inland. Right this time of year, August. August is so fun in New Orleans. It's that heavy, sticky, yucky. You just breathe and you sweat. Who's here from New Orleans? Who's here from the southern states? I see South Carolina in the states. Anybody here from Alabama, Louisiana, even Texas? Yep, because Texas, especially southern Texas, is going to have that stickiness. What's it like for y'all today? All right, our poinsettias that we're using, those navy blue poinsettias, are stunning. Kentucky humidity is top notch. Tammy, great. Great to know, yeah. This, I believe, is a 10 or 11. It's an 11-inch diameter. 11-inch diameter poinsettias. Tammy, that's cracking me up. Okay, let's come on down here. So, working with teardrops or the lantern swag is layering on different layers. And this is all zip ties as well. You know what I wished I would have done? I wonder if there's a way. Let me see if Heather will bring me something. Hang on a second. She's still at the shop. Heather. Oops. It helps if you can spell it. Because I want to add one more layer to this. Can you bring me one of the frosted pines that I used in that swag that's on? Let me make sure I don't have any in here. Oh, I do. Never mind. I have one more. Yay. I don't need it. I was more prepared than what I thought. So this one we used in the garland yesterday. Okay. All right. So let's get rocking and rolling here. Teardrop swags. Dallas, Texas area. If it's 87, feels like 93. Humidity. Oh, girl. Deb, you can keep that. Yes. Keep it, keep it, keep it. I'm from northwestern Montana. We had a storm go through last night. Had a 109-mile. Wow! Holy cow, Jenny. Had power for over 12 hours. Oh my gosh. Girl, I hope everybody's okay. Hope everyone is okay. All right. Let's keep going. So Jenny, this will be a nice distraction. Obviously, you have a really great battery charger for your phone. I'm happy for that. Or iPad or whatever it is that you're on right now. I love that. Or a generator, maybe. Okay. So there's two sides to a swag. So let's come back up here and look at the front view for a moment. So when I do a swag for a lantern, I'm going to measure so that the top of it is going to come up a little bit above, and this is about 6 inches above the top. So it doesn't matter. You have to look at the proportion of things. So obviously 6 inches above here is going to be too much. So I'm looking at the proportion of how far down I'm going to go this way. And I don't ever want to touch the ground. I don't want to touch the table surface. So this is going to be about 2/3 to 3/4 the length of my lantern. So whatever length of your lantern is, about 3/4 or 2/3 of the length of the lantern. Not going to touch the ground. Then we're going to take about 1/4 of it and go above the lantern. So proportion-wise, you just have to go proportion. That's where we start. So I will use the lantern and get my pine stuck in the glass, of course. I'll start by using the lantern as my landmark to try and get my starting points. And this whole stem is going to be too long, so I'm going to cut them all off. Watch that. And we'll be using that lantern several times to measure. We'll be using it. So I'm just going to take my wire cutters. Central Florida, Diana, is it rainy there today or just downright humid and hot? Chrissy, hey girl, what's up? Chrissy, I was thinking about you the other day. I designed a new cardinal sign, and I know how much you love cardinals. It looks really pretty. I like it. I don't have it listed yet, but I designed it. All right. I don't need that piece. That's fine. You can go down there. All right. So again, so I'm looking at this, and right here is about perfect length. So this is going to be my longest spot, and I'm going to build from there. So if we bring it down here, I want my next layer, I'm going to layer in my next element a little bit shorter than that one. So we're going to dissect this. Let me see. Yep. Now this is going to require zip ties. No glue. No glue needed. And we're just going to layer it on. So now we've got that layer. Rained 2 inches last night. Much needed. Not bad today. Only 93. Oh, look at you bragging. Good for you. Diana's usually when Diana's on here, she's telling me how stinking hot it is and humid where she's at in Florida. So good for you. I'm glad that today is not too shabby. Do you even go outside when it gets those hot days? Of course, I know some people, they have to go outside. I mean, they work outside the home or whatever, but man, I'm telling you. All right, I have all these little pieces that we may or may not use, but we definitely are not going to throw them away, right? All right, so we have our first layer. Now remember, in order to integrate this, this is going to be hanging down below. This is the lower part. I'm going to take one of these glittered, what did I call it? Some kind of leaves, bay leaves, whatever leaves. I looked it up. Yep, glittered bay leaves. And we're going to stack that right on top. So I don't need the whole thing. I only need a portion of it. So I'm going to cut that off about right there. This is going to be set over to the side. All right, before I add anything else, let's get a zip tie going on here. So as you start to layer things on, you want to add your zip tie. We are going to have several zip ties on here because you want to get these two notched together and secured. Now I'll take this and secure it to the next layer. And again, I want to keep it so that you can see some of the layers below it. And I'm going to show you a neat little trick here in a moment. And again, you can get these long zip ties at Festive Creations. I love the longer, skinny ones. Oh, Teresa, thank you, girl. I love the way it turned out. Yes. All right, can you guys see okay? Yeah, looks like it. So I'm bringing that zip tie above one of these leaves, kind of in between here, but it's only around, no, it is going around the whole entire bundle. I didn't need to do that. It only needs to go around the next layer up. So hang on. I don't have it tightened up yet. So I'm doing the next two elements together. Tighten that up. Boom. We have our poinsettia is going to go right in there. And we're going to zip tie that to the white bay leaf that we just added. So we're going to zip tie those two together. Lots and lots of zip ties. Don't be afraid to use the zip ties. So Teresa, I just, I've got the garland. I took it to the shop to take a picture of it so I could get a good view of the whole thing. And then hopefully tomorrow, before it gets crazy here at Festive Creations, I'll be able to get get it on my mantle. And what I've done in years past is I have transitioned my entire mantle into that whole collection. Of course, it feels kind of weird in July, Christmas in July, having Christmas decorations all over your mantle, but hey, we make sacrifices, right? We make sacrifices. All right, so I want to add a little bit of touch of gold to here. I don't know that I need all of this, so let's bear with me here while I kind of measure this out. Deb, I did put together a ribbon bundle together today. So it's not uploaded yet. Did I take it? Did I get it done? I forget how far I worked on it. But it should be ready by tomorrow. It should be all together. It's not going to be the exact same ribbon. Like it's got this ribbon in it. It's got that velvet satin ribbon in it. What else does it have? It's a fun gold and navy blue. Just hold on. Maybe right in here. Ooh. A little more, a little deeper. Okay, love it. So now I'm just going to take, oh, you can't see this. So I'm going to, since I added this in afterwards, I'm going to take my zip tie right through this area and grab that stem, the gold balls, and tie it together to the white bay leaves. So all of this is going to come together as one person, one being. We're going to blend them all together. Get my glasses on because I can feel, it does not feel right. Oh, there it is. It's going in there. Yes. Ooh, yes, 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 yes. Okay. So now this may look confusing, but watch the magic. So this is the bottom half of it. It's the bottom part of the swag. And we're going to now start pulling some of this stuff forward. So when we bring some of that frosted greenery in through these leaves and above, this one I want to come forward more. This one can come forward more. So instead of looking like it's all layered on top of each other, now it looks like it was grown together. Like it was meant to be. All intertwined. And I do want to, if I can, get this one up a little more. There we go. All right, so this is the visual. So this is the bottom half of our swag. This is going to hang this way. Now we're going to work on the top half. The top half's going to be shorter than the bottom half. So the top half, come on down. Look. I was getting ready to make a video about this. This is so funny because Watch this. I sweep up glitter. Oh, not the tag, not the tag. And minutes later, there's more glitter. All right, let's keep going. So the top half is actually going to be shorter than the bottom half. So we're going to start out the same way. We're going to have a piece of our pine. We're going to bring in the longer pieces of this little guy. And we're going to zip tie them all together. Hey, Regina. Thanks, Charlotte. Uh-oh, what? Pam. Oh, I've seen that before. Who's in Facebook jail, though? I'm in Facebook jail for something I posted a year ago, and Facebook keeps popping up telling me how many days I have left every time I try to type. So I'm just going to watch. Oh, girl. Way to go. I've had it happen. And, you know, it's funny because for whatever reason, maybe they didn't catch it a year ago, or they changed the rules. And so they went back and found this. Just don't ban me. But, Teresa, let's talk about business coaching 101. You know I'm a business coach, right? So when I hear that, the first thing that I say to myself is, it's a good thing I don't rely on Facebook for 100% of my sales of my product. Because if Facebook shut me down, if Etsy shut me down, if whatever shut me down, where would I be? How could I survive? I'll tell you how. If social media stopped, TikTok, which I don't use TikTok a whole lot, very, very seldom these days. But if social media shut down, I have my email I have over 20,000 email addresses. 20,000. So I own those. For lack of better terms, I didn't buy them, by the way. I worked towards gathering every time I made a sale, email address, and I added them to my email list. And I email at least once a week. This week I'm emailing more because it's Christmas in July. Guys, I'm just trying to very gingerly take this apart. So, but think about it. No one can take that away from you. If social media, all of social media shuts down, if Etsy shuts down, if, you know, wherever you're selling shuts down, I still can operate online because I have access to all of my customers through email. Now, some of my customers have chosen to opt out. Some have marked it as spam. Go ahead, but trust me, you got on the email list, honestly. I don't buy email. It just comes from sales, and it comes from, there's a thing that you can do. It's called an opt-in. I wish this would come apart, but it's just not going to cooperate with me. I just wanted the longer one. All right, so pooey on you. We're just going to go like this. So a thing called an opt-in or a pop-up where you can choose to join my email list. Folks, once you get an email address, don't forget to use it too. If you collect someone's email address, send them an email. Send them an email and remind them how you got their email address. So whether it be, hey, you know, it was so nice to meet you at the craft show, at the bazaar last week, or whatever it is, remind them how you met them. And then stay in touch with them. Stay in touch. Just don't abandon them. I wonder if I want to do this. Hang on. So there's your free business coaching advice today. Get an email address every time you make a sale. Or if you have people that are interested in your product, get their email address. One way or another. and honestly, you know, not fraudulently, honestly, and then start sending an email. There's things called CRM. It's customer relation management tools, and some really simple ones that you can use that are free that allow you to send out an email to all everyone that's on your email list. So it's not like going to Gmail and manually putting everybody's email address into the system. The CRMs, customer relation management tools, are made to make it easy for you to collect those email addresses and then easily send out an email. Okay. All right, let's come back down here on the table and let's see what we've done. So the top of this is going to be much smaller, but I'm also going to take some of our navy blue and we're going to add a little bit of that to the top. I'm not sure how much yet, so that we have a little bit of navy at the top. And again, all of these are what we've used in the collection so far. And so it all kind of coordinates. It does coordinate, not kind of, it does coordinate. I'm going to zip tie that together. And we're going to pull these forward. Now, the big thing is joining the two together. I'm going to move that poinsettia out of the way for right now so that you can see. We're actually going to join these two together. And I'm going to take the spine that we used on, that'll work. I could have left these tails or stems a little bit longer so that I had more to work with. So I'm just going to kind of build it together here. I joined your coaching group on Etsy coming up. I didn't see it come through yet, Teresa. I'll have to look for it. Alexa, stop. Delaware, hey, Lori's in the house. Barb, the weather is actually not too bad. All right, you're up, but Emma, you get another 5. All right, they're doing their reading time after lunch. So Thursdays are fun days at home. So every week during the summer break, the kids, I declared Thursday fun days, and we try to do something fun every Thursday, and it's usually during the work hour. So Heather and her daughter and I and Emma and Eli made today's fun day a trip to McDonald's, which is a special treat because we live in a little town that there are no restaurants. And so, okay, I want to make sure you are on the right view. So we did something totally out of the ordinary, and we went to McDonald's for lunch. Obviously we went early so we could be back here for our live today. But last week we went to Splash Cove, so they went to a water park. We usually take off after lunch, and we have the rest of the day as a Thursday fun day. But since I'm doing Christmas in July this week, we kind of did something a little different, and it just helps break up the monotony of the week for them, for the kids, and allows, like Heather said, she said, I really appreciate a boss understanding how important it is to spend time with your kids and be a part of their lives and growing up. And, you know, next thing you know, summer's over. We're already back to school shopping and getting all that stuff together. So it just, time flies. but the kids will remember it. Where else have we gone for Thursday Fun Days? We've done quite a bit this summer, but they enjoy it. We enjoy it, and we get to take off usually early from work. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yes, yes, yes. Perfect. Okay, this is looking good so far. I'm going to bring that back down for a moment because you'll notice that there's a big gap right here. Big gap. Why is there a big gap? Because there's about to be a big bow right here. So this, are you starting to see the vision here? Where we have our navy blue poinsettia. We brought a little navy up here, but now we're going to add a really fun bow right in here. And that one, I'm going to attempt to do by hand. Many of you know I'm not a handmade bow person, but every now and then just doing one that's kind of, I don't want it neat and orderly. I don't want the loops to be the exact same size. I want it to be kind of fun. And lo and behold, that's how my bows come out. Now, I will use the bow maker probably to hold on to it. So let's just see. Let me, again, glitter. Let's clean up glitter. It's magic. I clean it up, it comes back. I clean it up, it comes back. Folks, it's glitter season. We started out with storms this morning. Bailey did pretty good. But it's cleared up this afternoon and just made it more humid, that's all. Okay, let's put this here because, as I said, I'll use this to hold my bow. But I want to take that 2.5 inch velvet and satin ribbon and start there. So we're actually going to, we want tails to kind of flow down. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a tail. I'd rather give it too much than not enough. I'm going to pinch it there. You can almost tell by, well, if Stephanie can get this to settle in just right. I feel like Eli now in the labels. You can tell just by the way I'm handling it that this ribbon is a really nice fabric. So I need it a little bit bigger than that, my base. So I want my loops to go a little bit further out than my flowers. So that's a great base loop. I'm going to twist it, come back. Pull these together. Needs a little more. Look, I have watched videos. I've watched the experts. I love watching Julie Samotko make handmade bows. I am so it's just not in my wheelhouse. I don't know. Melly Mel, you know, just some of the best bow makers around. And I just do not grasp it well at all. All right. But that's okay. All right. So let's take that, and this is where I said I will probably use this to hold on to it. I might actually need, oh, there we go. Hold on to it. Because I don't have enough hands. We're going to do just one loop. Pinch it, twist, right in there. And let's use our polka dots. Love it. I hand tie bows. I struggle with bow maker. I need to practice more. Debbie, so you're just the opposite, right? I love that though. And you know, they both have their benefits, right? They both have benefits of, so it's good to be able to do both. I feel like, let me see how that's going to be. Yes. And for those of you that know how to hand tie bows proficiently, you're probably going, Stephanie, you're doing it all. You're doing it different than I do, because I don't feel like there's a right or a wrong way, but it's just how you learn, right? I watched somebody make a bow once, and as long as I'm right there, handmade bow, doing this step by step, I can get it to come out just fine. But then I walk away and I'm done. I'm done. I'm out. All right, so as you can see, actually, you know what? I have a piece of this that I cut from yesterday that's extra, and it's going to go right underneath here. And where this is going to land, now that we have all of that together, move a few things out of my way. So if you can imagine this right there. Do you see where this is going? Yes, please. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that zip tie and we're going to join all of this ribbon together. So you struggle with handmade large bows, or is that what you're saying? Thank you. I forget who that is. Lisa, right? Open window. If I've guessed it right, or if I remembered it right, you can mark it down on the calendar, because I usually don't have a memory that good. Not lying. Not lying. Okay, so I'm not going to completely tighten this down because I need to slide another one in there. Emma, your time is up. Emma, your time is up. Okay. I didn't know if you heard me or not. And I want to slide a zip tie in there because that's what we're going to do to attach it to our spine here. And before I tighten it completely, I want to make sure that all of my ribbon is laying flat, or the way of the shape I want it to be in. Nothing's twisted or turned the wrong way. Looks good. And where did my, look, I'm trying to zip it without having this one in there. It's trying to get away from me. Sometimes I can still get them worked in there even if I have it super tight. So, all right, there we go. Tight as tight can be. Get rid of that. And then we have this one that we're going to use to attach it to the spine. So let's come down here to the table. Add it right there in that piece where I left that blank space. And I'm going to go towards, kind of towards the top of it with my zip tie, because we have that poinsettia that we're going to work into all of this. rather have too long tails, the tails be too long than too short. So I'm going to trim a few of this down. And I want this to go kind of behind the poinsettia. I want the poinsettia to be a little more on top. And of course, one of the key things is when you're working with the ribbon is you want to be able to see the ribbon behind it too. So, you know, as I'm trimming the ribbon tails are not going to be the same length because I want to see the ribbon behind it. All right, perfect, perfect. Looking good. Where is, yeah. Love it. Love it. Okay. Let's come up here to the top, to the very, very top. Yes, handmade to hold on to more than 12 loops. So, Debbie, is there any reason that you can't use a tool like the spindles on a bow maker to gather it all up for you? That's one of the biggest challenges, right? Is having to hold it all together. Let me check over here on YouTube. Virginia Squires there. George is in the house. Claire, good to see you. Definitely human and triple digits in California, Virginia. Holy macaroni. You can keep that stuff right where you're at, chickadee. Keep it right where you're at. All right. So, glitter on the lantern. So, the handle on this lantern is going this way. I'm absolutely fine with that because this is going to actually attach to that handle. So I'm going to put it in an upright position. You'll notice that our our swag is going a little bit above and it's coming down a little bit below. So remember, the rule of thumb is 2/3 to 3/4 of the way of the length of the lantern to the height of the lantern. If you remember that, and then the top part is going to be about 1/3 of the length of the lantern. You just don't want to have this to be as tall as the lantern. You want it to be shorter. Look at that. Is that not amazing already? So I'm going to take that zip tie, and you won't be able to see because it's going to have to be from my angle. But I'm going to bring it around both the swag that we just made. This is a lantern swag. And I'm going to attach it to that handle. I'm going to use a couple of zip ties. There we go. Get them facing the right direction. Once I get the first one on there, I can kind of hands-free it. But the first one's the hardest one to get started. A second set of hands is always helpful. All right, phew. That was a challenge. Well, Robin, you're just the sweetest thing. Do you think the colors might have something to do with it? So remember, you know, your color choices are traditional holiday colors, of course, are the red and green. But don't forget, don't be afraid to go outside of red and green. So we all agreed when I chose these colors for our collection this year, everyone agreed this was elegant. And that is a great way to describe the color combination here is elegant. trying to see if I can get one more. I may not be able to, but I feel like that's pretty stable. So I'm going to tighten those down a little bit more, turn them to the side so they're not an eyesore. And if I really, really want to, I could stick this pine cone right in there and make it a part of this. That little piece of pine cone that I said, or even a piece of the leftover pine, and just kind of add that to help camouflage the zip ties. Perfect. So much better. I like it so much better. Okay. Oh, I'm loving that. Loving that. So now, this particular lantern, that's another thing that I didn't really talk about. This one opens from the front, right? So, hold please. I don't have any large candles. But think about how your lantern opens or how you can access it, and so you can add your candle. So you don't want to put your swag over the latch or over the hinge where you're going to be accessing it. So this one can easily go up and down with this lantern. Look at the functionality of your lantern before you go completely bonkers and add. But this one would be super fun with a couple of different, or even a set of 3 candles inside. That'll easily fit in the size of this lantern. But where's our other one? So this one doesn't have a lid that opens. It's a battery powered, so you access it from the bottom. So it really won't matter on this one, but it does have a door that you can open and close. So keep that in mind whenever you're working with the lanterns. I've got more lanterns back here behind the camera, but you guys get the gist of it, right? How stinking fun, and I could not be happier. So I think this one turned out amazing, and it will be quite the showstopper. What do you think? Thank you. I'm going to have to go to begin. Uh-oh. I'm so late. Elegant is right. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Robin. All right. I love the Bodabra, and yes, I have a Bodabra sitting over there somewhere. And I use it to hold my ribbon or hold my bows, So, yeah, it's super fun. Super fun. Friends, thanks for hanging out. Tomorrow is day 5 of Christmas in July. So that means it's our final day. And our final day, we'll be working with this glass bowl. And I have decided to go ahead. I'm going to be adding some foam insulation to it tonight. So that it can be setting up overnight, because I cannot get the other foam to hold in there. So what I'm going to do, here, let me show you this. So if you watched me on Tuesday, we prepped this one. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the glue that's not working. That's what I mean. If you have put glue on glass that can get cold and hot, it's going to harden up and then it's going to slide right off. So I'm going to add some spray foam insulation with my small gaps and cracks. And I'm just going to put some down here at the bottom of the bowl, and then I'm going to take this that's already pre-cut and put it right on top of it. So the only thing is it will look a little cream colored underneath there. That's the only thing that I don't like about it, but by the time we get done with the design, no one's going to care. No one's going to care. And I actually need this to be up a little bit higher than the bowl itself. So I still may. I bought some somewhere. I bought some balls, but they're not the right size balls, but I'm going to try and make it work. I forgot to look when I was at Hobby Lobby for the half balls or the bigger balls that were that size. So I got some smaller foam balls I'm going to use for this. It'll be good. It'll be fine. It'll be fine, they said. It's the end result and how we got there. That's what's going to matter. Guys, have a great rest of your Thursday. I will see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central Time. Have a good one. See you tomorrow.